Hello children, welcome back to English class. Today's session we are going to learn from Unit 4 Prose. The title is The Summit and it was written by Edmund Hillary. First we see about the author. Sir Edmund Percival Hillary was born on 20th July 1919 and died on 11th January 2008. He was a New Zealand mountaineer, explorer and philanthropist. He served in the Royal New Zealand Air Force as a navigator during World War II. Following his ascent of Everest, Hillary devoted himself to assisting Sherpa people of Nepal through the Himalayan Trust which he established. High adventure, no latitude for error, nothing venture, nothing win, view from the summit, the remarkable memoir by the first person to conquer Everest are some of his famous works. Okay, what do you think about adventures? Yes, adventures, expeditions, and explorations are always exciting. Am I right? Yes, especially when they are real, and if it is the first of its kind, it is even more thrilling. The only question that comes to one's mind is what makes one take up such a task that involves high risk? It is the spirit of formidable adventure and certain qualities which make them achieve such feats, isn't it? Yes. What type of qualities one required to achieve such kind of task? Yes, passion, determination, courage, faith, inspiration, physical fitness, self-satisfaction, vision, etc. So one should require all these qualities to achieve such type of task in one's life, isn't it? Yes. Edmund Hillary and Tibetan mountaineer Tenzing Norgay were the first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. The two men reached the summit by late morning on May 29, 1953. After spending about 15 minutes on the peak, they began their descent. Let's see about them detailedly in this prose. Listen carefully. Meanwhile, I'll ask a question. You just try to give answer for the questions. Okay? The well-organized expedition was launched in the spring of 1953. After a pair of climbers failed to reach the top on May 27, Hillary and Tenzing set out for it early on May 29th. By late morning, they were standing on the summit. Hillary and Tenzing reached the Everest summit. At 11:30 a.m. on May 29, 1953, Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa of Nepal, became the first explorers to reach the summit of Mount Everest, which at 29,035 feet above sea level is the highest point on the earth. Okay, who became the first explorers to reach the summit of Mount Everest? Think well and try to get answer. Yes, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay were the two men. They became the first explorers to reach the summit of the Mount Everest. Am I right? Yes. When did they reach there? Yes. They reached there on May 29th, 1953 in the morning at 11:30 a.m. Isn't it? Yes. Hillary and Tenzing drank lemon juice and got ready for the journey. They tested the oxygen cylinders. Hillary's boots were frozen with cold, so he kept them over the fire to soften them. They put on 3 pairs of gloves on their hands and windproof over their body. At 6:30, they moved out of the tent with their oxygen cylinders on them. Tenzing paved steps towards the ridge and they reached the top of the ridge, which was about 28,000 feet. The snow was soft over the ridge and it made their route dangerous. After several hundred feet, they came to a hollow. There they found two oxygen cylinders which had been left by Evans and Bertillon on their previous attempt. Hilary was happy to find that the cylinders had hundreds of liters of oxygen which they could use for the downward journey. Okay, what did Hilary and Tenzing drink before starting their expedition? Yes, Hilary and Tenzing drank lemon juice before they start their expedition, right? Yes. What did Hilary do with his wet boots? Yes, he just kept his wet boots on the stove to remove the frozen ice, right? Yes. Okay, what did Hilary find in a tiny hollow? Hilary found two oxygen cylinders left by the previous climbers. Am I right? Yes. They continued their journey, though the snow was a little dangerous. With some difficulties, they reached firmer snow a little higher up. They cut steps on the last steep slopes and walked on with their spike shoes to the south peak. It was then 9 a.m. They cut a seat for themselves and removed the oxygen cylinder which was exhausted. Now they had light weight of 20 lb. The snow was firm and they could cut it with their ice axe. It gave a hope to them. They could make a step large enough to keep their oversized high altitude boots. At this time, they were comfortable with a rope around them. Now they moved one by one. Tenzing was managing the rope around them and Hilary was cutting the steps. In many places, they had difficulty to move because of the overhanging ice. To their east side, there was a large cornice and a crack was between the cornice and the rock. Okay, what did Edmund Hilary do to escape the large overhanging ice cornice? Yes, Hilary was cutting the steps and Tenzing was managing the rope around them and they were moving one by one, isn't it? Yes. Tenzing was holding Hilary with the rope and Hilary entered the crack and lifted his body off the ground. Using the power of his whole body, Hilary moved backward up the crack. He moved slowly but steadily. Tenzing was leaving the rope and Hilary was moving inch by inch to reach the top of the rock. Then slowly he came out of the crack and reached a wide ledge. Now he felt that nothing would stop him from reaching the top. He stood on the ledge and signaled Tenzing to come up. Tenzing somehow came through the crack and reached the ledge. The ridge seemed to be never ending. They had to cut hump after hump to move forward. Their original enthusiasm gave place to some great struggle. They saw a narrow snow ridge going up to the top. They made few more beating of the ice axe and they reached the top. They felt relieved from the troublesome journey. They shook hands and embraced each other. It was 11:30. They saw some unclaimed peaks like Makalu, Kanchenjunga and some more peaks in Nepal. After 10 minutes, he changed his oxygen set. Tenzing made a small hole and placed some small articles like a bar of chocolate, a packet of biscuits and a handful of lollies. They were meant to be gifts to gods. Okay, when did they reach on the top? Yes, at 11:30 a.m. Colonel Hunt who was the head of the expedition, had given a crucifix to Hilary to take to the top. He too made a small hole and kept the crucifix in the hole. Okay, what did Tenzing and Hilary gift to the gods of lofty summit? And how did they do it? Just think well and try to get answer. Yes, Tenzing gifted to God a bar of chocolate, a packet of biscuits, and a handful of lollies, and Hilary gifted to God the crucifix given by Colonel Hunt. Right? Yes. After a few minutes, they moved down. They could not waste their time because oxygen was running out. Finally, they reached the south peak. They moved to the reserve cylinders on the ridge. They carried the extra cylinders and reached their tent at 2 p.m. Then they started descending to the south col. George Love and Wilfred Noyes met them with hot soup and emergency oxygen. They had much work to do there, but it was not too much for them. They went to their tent with delight and entered their sleeping bags. Okay, whom did they meet at the end? Yes, they met George Love and Wilfred Noyes with a hot soup and emergency oxygen. Right? Yes. Let's see few glossaries from the textbook. CWM, an enclosed arm-shaped hollow situated at the head of the valley. Scrambling, climbing hurriedly on hands and knees. Wriggle, to move with a twist or turn. Tantalize, tease or taunt. Cramponed, climbing on ice wearing spiked shoes. Traverse, to cross a mountain slope horizontally or diagonally. The name given to such a crossing. Rope, links members of climbing party for safety. A party may be referred to as a rope. Cornice, overhanging mass of snow or ice along a ridge shaped like the curling crest of a wave. Now we see few key points for understanding. Hilary and Tenzing woke up early. Hilary heated and softened his wet shoes over the flame of the primus. Hilary and Tenzing reached the crest at about 28,000 feet. As there was firm snow, they chipped steps with ice axe. They reached the south peak. They crossed a 40 feet narrow crack carefully. At the end of the ridge, they reached the top of the summit. On reaching the summit, they had a great sense of relief and success. Their strong determination and willpower led them to great success. Let's see idioms and phrases in the upcoming slides. Okay, what is an idiom? An idiom is a commonly used expression whose meaning is different from the meaning of the individual words in it, isn't it? Look at the example, at close quarters, and it contains the meaning of very near. A chance in a million, that means a very slim chance. Let's see these examples to get clear view. The left side is the original word and its meaning, and the right side is the idiomatic meaning. Look at the first one, a drop in the ocean. That means very small or unimportant. And look at the second one, have cold feet. That means be frightened. So, the original words and its meanings are totally different from the idiomatic words and its meaning. Okay, got it? Yes. Let's see few more examples for idioms. A big wave, on a large scale, a volley of blows, a string of blows, hit the road, journey again, last resort, last opinion, make ends meet, manage with money, out of the blue, as a total surprise, on cloud nine, very happy, yellow streak, cowardly or weak, tight corners, difficult situation. Okay, what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a phrase or expression that consists of a verb plus another word or two, like verb plus adverb, or verb plus preposition, or verb plus adverb plus preposition. The old phrase acts as a verb and has a different meanings to the original verb. For example, look up is an example for verb plus adverb. Look after is an example for verb plus preposition. Look forward to is an example for verb plus adverb plus preposition. So in all these words, look do not mean the same as look. Got it? Yes. Look at the example. Turn on, start operating, spring up, appear suddenly, give out, issue or to distribute. Look at these examples. The left one is phrasal verb and its original meaning with a picture, and the right side is phrasal verb's idiomatic meaning and with its picture. First one is walk away. It means come out from a problematic situation. Second one is fall apart, to break into pieces. Now we see more examples for phrasal verbs. Dealt with, managed, look for, to find or to search, show up, reveal, set off, set a journey, hold up, delay, lay by, keep for future use, work out, be successful, cave in, collapse. Okay, children, up to this the prose gets over. Hope you understand. If you have any doubt, please ping me personally and do all the given assignments. Watch this video once or twice for better understanding. Okay? Thank you.